Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm Kristen, and today is the mystery box challenge. If you guys don't know what that is, Courtney from Creative on the Cheap sets up a few of us YouTubers, and every other month we send each other mystery boxes. So it can be from Dollar Tree or Walmart, or wherever we want. This was an anything goes box, so we could pick up items from anywhere. Also, there's always 2 challenge items that we have to use in our video, and then Courtney always comes up with a twist as well. So this month's twist, we also have to use a plastic bag, and we have to do one project where we do not use any type of glue or adhesive. You guys want to know who sent me my box? It was Jamie from the Crafty DIY Guy, and let's open it. Kind of already opened it. I don't know if I showed the address before, so I had to go back. Okay, so the first thing I see is a ton of yarn. This is actually a really pretty color, although I never know what to do with yarn, so this is gonna be something I'm gonna have to figure out. Next thing is these galvanized tins. There's 2 of them, so I have to figure out what to do with these. A dollhouse. Now I'm thinking this should have been the challenge item. I don't know. Some tennis balls, a flower, or a little candle holder. Yeah, like a little candle holder flower. Little sign. Decorative filler. This would be like really great for Christmas time, so let's see what to do with that. All right, challenge item and a challenge item. We'll open these. Usually I open these first. I always open them first. We're gonna open them mid-box opening. Number 1. Okay, number 1 is a fake security camera. All right. I don't even think I've ever seen one of these before. Okay, so it's like a little, that's it. Put batteries in it, it does something. Lights up or something. Okay, so that's the first challenge item, so I have to use that item. And then we have some dinosaur fabric. I mean, fabric would be easy to use, but this, I just don't know. So that's what I have to use, along with a plastic bag and along with not gluing an item or a craft. Okay, so the rest of the box, we have tumbling tower blocks, wood rings, and these are always really fun to use, some clay, these wood laser cut wood words that this says home. We have some macrame cord. And then this cute little, this is it's a towel and tissue holder, but this is actually really cute. So we'll see what we come up with that. So, also, it's the end. I did not tell you who I sent my box to. I sent my box to Kelly with KB Creations, or Kelly Barlow's Creations. So make sure you go check out her video when you're done watching this to see what I sent her. So anyways, let's go on with this. First DIY, I'll be using these tennis table balls and that little flower candle holder, and I'm just going to be spray painting one of those little balls white. I know it's already white, but we're going to go with the color white that I'm using and spray painting that flower. Once it's done, I decided just to dry brush it just a little bit to make this more fall. I'm just using the Waverly chalk paint in the color Hazelnut, and I'm just giving this a good solid dry brush. Next thing I'm using from the box is these tumbling tower blocks, and I am just going to be spelling out the word fall using that flower and the Jenga blocks. So the Jenga blocks, I don't know how I could make an A. I'm sure it is possible, but I'm just going to do F, L, and L, and that flower is going to be my A. And I'm just going to be gluing them to those longer boards that you can find at Dollar Tree. I picked mine up last year, but I know they sell these same boards this year as well. Just these long black pumpkin boards. I also think they have like a faux natural colored wood one as well. And I'm just using my Gorilla glue gun and Gorilla glue sticks. And I love how this turned out. And this was so simple. You could add some florals or something like that to this if you wanted, but I just left mine pretty basic, and I love the way this turned out. quick DIY. I'm using one of those home signs, this agave paint by Waverly. I am not using the best paintbrush. I must have used Mod Podge and it did not clean out all the way because this was kind of a struggle, but I'm like, nope, we're going to work with it. I'll throw this paintbrush away later. So if you guys know any tips or tricks on how to clean out Mod Podge after it's already dried in your paintbrushes, like, is it a lost cause? I'm not sure. I'm also just going to be dry brushing with that hazelnut color once again. And then I'm just going to be using that toilet paper holder that was from my box as well. And I am just going to be making it a cute little like macrame sign. So I'm just going to be gluing this wooden home sign to the center of that little toilet paper holder. Toilet paper holder. And you can't even tell this is actually a toilet paper holder. It looks like just a little wooden dowel with some macrame. To get one of these challenge items out of the way, I'm going to be using some of this dinosaur fabric. So I'm going to just be cutting this into 2-inch strips, and then I'm just using the entire thing. I think this ended up being like 14 or 15 inches long to be exact. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I didn't cut it. I didn't eat anything with that. Oh, I think I did end up cutting it. I think these end up being 12 or 13-inch strips. And I'm also going to be using this burlap. This was from Walmart, and this was actually from a different mystery box that I did last year, and I still have some left over. I'm also going to be using this little foam wreath from Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to be making a little tie rag wreath, and I think I'm adding 6 of these little burlap pieces, and then I'm going to be throwing in one of those dinosaur fabric pieces. This does not look the prettiest in the beginning. After I did this, I'm like, what was I thinking? But you're going to see what it looks like when it's done, and I promise you it looks a lot better than what it does now. Make this look nicer, I actually just pulled all the loose strips outwards and not inwards, so then I can place this little sign. I had this from last year as well, and I'm just going to be looping it around. I didn't glue or anything in case I wanted to reuse the sign, but I think this sign actually looks good with the dinosaur fabric. You can barely tell that it's actually dinosaur once it was all cut up and it kind of moved around and placed correctly. I think the colors look so good with this sign, and when I saw this dinosaur fabric, I honestly had no idea what I was going to do with it. So to make a wreath like this, I think it turned out great. Other challenges, we had to use a plastic bag and we could not use glue or adhesive, which I did not use glue in my other DIY I just showed you with the wreath, but I decided to make a pumpkin, or at least I tried to make it a pumpkin shape. So I'm just using one plastic bag, kind of rolling it and then wadding it up, and then I'm going to be using that same burlap that I used with that wreath that you just saw, and I'm just going to be kind of bunching it and tying it together to make this look like a pumpkin. It almost just looks like a little sack of something that'd be like scented that would be inside instead of a plastic bag, but I really tried to make it work as a pumpkin. I think this turned out really cute. So I just used some twine, some leftover leaves and greenery pieces, kind of just push those in, and then I did end up having to cut part of a birch tree down. Mind you, trees do need a little trimming from time to time. So no trees were hurt or damaged in the making of this DIY, but it did need a stem. So once you see here, you're going to see that I did not have a stem. So I went back the next day, grabbed a longer, like thicker stem. I know you can find those wood pieces at Dollar Tree. I unfortunately cannot. So I just used a real wood birch piece. And then I just pushed it in the center of my pumpkin and kind of added everything back. I kind of took the leaf out and the greenery and like the little pieces that I ripped out from that pick, put them back just nicely like that. And that is it. Here's my pumpkin plastic bag DIY. challenge item, this fake security camera. So I had no idea what I was doing. I spray painted it white and I almost just gave up on this. I did have a little help and I actually had everything on hand. So I decided to make a faux whipped cream piece, and it's all trial and error. This is only the second one I've ever done. I am not a professional cake baker. Even with these little piping bags, I don't have a clue what I'm doing, but I really think this one turned out cute. I just used some cinnamon sugar to top this with, and then I added a little pick from the Dollar Tree. They have some really cute cupcake picks. They have pumpkins and they have acorn ones, and I am just on the struggle bus with this one. So I did not put the caulking around the bottom of this, which I should, because you do kind of see it in the end. So I used this cake decoration kit from Dollar Tree, caulk from Dollar Tree, and these cupcake picks from Dollar Tree. Cinnamon sugar was actually also from Dollar Tree. So this was 100% Dollar Tree. This cup is also from Dollar Tree. These rub-on transfers are from Dollar Tree. And I probably should have spray painted this mug. I just really wanted to use rub-on transfers, and I like the way they look on glass, so I did not want to paint it. But you're going to see that you can see that white part at the bottom from that security camera that I spray painted. But overall, I think this is so stinking cute, and I love it. I love those rub-on transfers on the mug. I love everything about this. I think it's adorable. For my last DIY, I wanted to make those famous or infamous Jenga block pumpkins. I'm not sure if I'm doing this correctly, but I really like the way I did it. So I kind of saw them on Pinterest, I want to say last year sometime, and I was like, those are cute, but I don't use Jenga blocks a ton. So what I did was glued 3 together, and then I glued 2 together. So 2 of the 2, and then 1. You're going to kind of see right here what I'm doing. So you're going to have how many Jenga blocks? You got 7 right there. You got 8, 9 total to make these pumpkins. So you're going to have a row of 3, 2 rows of 2, and a row of 1. And then you can paint these any color you want. You can leave them the faux wood color. So I'm going with the terracotta color by Arteza. This is my favorite color paint for fall. Arteza, they have the best. And then I'm also going to be using a hazelnut color. This one was not mixed very well, but I really liked the way it looked, so I just kind of kept going with it. And then I'm using that agave color because I think that blue just looks so good for fall time. I would have never thought to use blue until maybe last year. Once this was done, I just had a little stem from my yard. It was actually from the birch tree. And then don't worry, the leaves did not go they did not go to waste. My goats love the leaves, so we threw those in the goat cage later on. But I'm just using my miter shears to cut these little wood stems down, and I just used some hot glue, put them on the tops to make these cute little pumpkins. These are so cute for like shelf decor, for tier trays. These are just so stinking cute. I didn't realize how tiny they were, but I'm obsessed with these. I also used some boxwood greenery and some gingham bows I picked up off of Amazon to finish these little pumpkins off. But you guys, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, I would love if you consider sticking around and subscribing. Also, the playlist to the Mystery Box Challenge will be in the description box below, so you guys make sure to check out everybody's videos in the Mystery Box Challenge. But that is it, you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye!